All right, let's answer some questions here from the folks out there. John Hawkwarder wants me to know, will any of these players be up with the big club? Yes, I think Mason Lohrei probably will not start the year in Boston, but I think because he only played, I think, 5 games for the Providence Bruins, as he signed a amateur tryout agreement towards the end of last season after coming out of college. And he didn't sign his actual contract until after the HL season was over, I believe. So he only played a handful of games. He played a few playoff games, and he looked good down there. But I think clearly, as a 22-year-old kid, and defensemen are the type that, they tend to get at their best mid-20s, late 20s. It's not like forwards where they can come in at, except for the rare exception, at 22, 21, 20 years old and really dominate. I think most defensemen you see don't really get to where they're going to be and really get to NHL caliber until they hit their mid-20s, because it's such a difficult position to play.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
So I think he needs at least a half season in Providence to get used to the speed, get used to the physicality, get used to the pro game before you just push him in to the NHL and push him into what's going to be a high pressure situation for him, because he's probably going to be a top 4 defenseman for the Boston Bruins. So I do think he's going to be up with the team this season. I think when he does come up, I think he's probably going to be, unless it's for an injury situation, it's going to be come up to stay and probably, necessitate a trade of another defenseman that's going to open up some cap space, whether it's Matt Grzelcyk, whether it's somebody else. I do think there's going to be a connection between Mason Lohrei coming up to the NHL roster, and once he shows he's ready to play, and some movement to create more cap space from that defenseman group that they're probably going to start the regular season with. So I think those are two very interconnected things, and Mason Lohrei is going to factor into that and going to create more cap space for the Bruins when they decide he's ready. But standard practice for the Bruins, we've seen this over the years. They're not going to rush their young players. They're going to put veteran players as kind of obstacles in their way that they're going to have to beat those guys out for jobs and push them out and really force them to be at their best and force them to kind of be at that maturity level where they're ready for the NHL before it's earned and before it's handed to them. Not handed is a bad word, before it's like bestowed upon them because they have to show that they earn it. And I don't think Mason Lohrei is quite there yet. But he did look excellent against college players, just drafted players, undrafted free agents that are going to be looking for pro hockey jobs. The 32 players that were at the Bruins development camp, he, I think, was the class of the defenseman, the best player. And, let's face it, I think the Bruins have told him to focus on defense, using his body to be a good defender, to kill plays, have a great stick, like all the things that you want a defenseman to do that's 6'5" and well over 200 pounds. And I think he played maybe like he's focused on defense more than, really being aggressive offensively. And once he gets comfortable at the NHL level, I think there's probably another level he can get to because the skill is there, but it's the right thing for him to be focused on defense right now as a young defenseman that's up and coming.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.